Hi friends, I'm Lisa Counts, the executive chef and owner of the Chopping Block in Lincoln Square. Every other Thursday, we do live cooking demonstrations at the Lincoln Square Farmers Market down the street. We feature all the different farmers using their ingredients to put together a recipe and teach you how to make it at home. So today, I'm going to teach you how to make a charred asparagus and pea salad with a charred lemon vinaigrette. So first things first, I'm going to take my asparagus. Today's asparagus is featured from McClug Farm, and what I like about asparagus is, it doesn't take a lot to cook it. You can prepare it in a multitude of different ways, but when I'm first preparing it, I like to just snap off the bottom end. You could always just, cut it off as well, but just by snapping, it'll cut off where it needs to. Now, because we're going to be doing this in a cast iron pan, we want to use a high smoke point neutral oil. So I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of grapeseed oil on my asparagus. And today I'm using our French seasoning salt to season it. You can use any of your favorite seasonings that you'd like. But I use the oil to act as my glue so that my seasonings will stay on there. Once everything is nicely coated, I am going to put this in my preheated pan. Now I am on a high heat. If I was doing this on a grill, I would be doing it over a high direct flame. And I'm just looking to get a nice char. I don't need any extra oil. I just need enough oil to coat the asparagus. And we're just gonna let that sit there and hang out until we've got nice browning on all sides. The asparagus is going to turn nice and green around the tips and get some nice char all around the edges. Roughly 3 to 4 minutes on each side. I kind of roll them so it hits on all different sides. Now while that is cooking, let's talk about the other component of this dish, our peas. So we have really fresh shucked green peas, also from McClug Farms, that I have quickly blanched. And all I mean by blanched is just hot boiling water, heavily seasoned with salt, and I just cooked these for about 2 minutes until they turned a really nice vibrant green, and then I shock them in ice water to stop the cooking. What I love about this process is this prolongs the life of our peas. So this can be in our fridge for a week or two. You can throw this into salads or into pasta dishes, and it's just really nice to have blanched peas on hand. Now you could also blanch your asparagus before charring or grilling that as well, but I really like the contrast. When you blanch something, you're gonna have this fresh, vibrant green flavor and that really vibrant color compared to cooking from raw when you have that nice earthier, deeper, richer flavor. So that's why I like doing the asparagus from raw, just charred in the pan, compared to blanching and then charring. So we've got our blanched peas in here. I'm also going to add some toasted pine nuts. You can use any of your favorite nut for this. When you are toasting your nuts, you want to put them on a sheet tray in a 350 degree oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. It really depends on the size of your nut. These pine nuts actually only took 6 minutes at 350. So you just want to pull them out when they're nice and golden brown. The other component of this dish is going to be our wonderful greens. We've got these spicy greens that we've got from Kaleido vendor at the market as well. So we've got, these greens. This is called nasturtium. They've got a nice peppery spice to it. We've also got this mix of, an assorted mix of microgreens right here that we're gonna go ahead and throw some of this in there. And so now this is gonna be the base of our salad. We've got our peas and we've got our greens and we've got our pine nuts. I'm gonna set this aside while we make our vinaigrette. Now it's been roughly, 2 minutes or so. So we can go ahead and see where our char is. We've got a little browning happening. That's great. We can go ahead and start flipping our asparagus around. You can see that our asparagus is starting to turn a little brightly green, but we've got some nice browning and char. So we're flipping those around. Basically, you know these are done when they're tender. So not only am I looking for color, but just nice and tender. I still like to have a little bit of bite to my asparagus. Nobody likes mushy asparagus, right? So in my vinaigrette bowl, I have Dijon mustard and I have honey. I also have some minced shallot. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix that around, get it all incorporated. Now, the fun part of this vinaigrette is going to be our charred lemon. So what I like to do, if you're doing this on the grill, you're gonna put this over high direct heat on the grill, but all I'm gonna do is put it directly on my cast iron pan and really push it down so it gets a nice char. We're just gonna let that sit there. Now I'm doing 2 halves. The recipe only calls for 1, but I like a really nice acidic vinaigrette. And so while I'm waiting for my lemons, I am going to take some fresh mint. And what I like to do with my fresh mint is I take it off the stem. I don't want any of that deep dark stem. And we are going to chiffonade this. And all I mean by chiffonade is just thin ribbons. So I'm going to make a nice little pile of all my mint leaves. And I'm going to roll this up. And I'm going to slice it very thinly. I'm going to add my mint to the vinaigrette. That way it really permeates the entire dish. You can also just sprinkle your mint on your salad if you'd like. Okay, we're starting to get a nice char. Once your lemon is charred, you're just going to go ahead and squeeze it right into your bowl. I'm going to just start with half a lemon for now. You can always keep adding more lemon, but you can't take it away. And now is when I'm going to start drizzling in some olive oil. Now a typical ratio for a vinaigrette is going to be 3 to 1. 3 parts oil to 1 part vinegar or acid. But this is where customization and your taste preferences come into play. I like a highly acidic salad dressing, so I'm gonna not put as much oil, seasoning with a little bit of salt and pepper, and of course you've got to taste. So once again, we have honey, we have Dijon, we have mint, we have charred lemon juice, and we've got olive oil. It's nicely balanced. I'm going to add just a little more oil. We're just going to set that aside. We're going to check on our asparagus. We've got some really great char happening. I'm going to go ahead and pull these off. We're going to actually put this in our nice serving dish. Now, you can always cut down your asparagus and have this be one big cohesive salad, but I really like the presentation of keeping my asparagus whole. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour this vinaigrette over the top of our peas and our greens. We're gonna get it all mixed up and we're going to put that on top of our asparagus. Give that a nice little toss. So once again, we have blanched peas, we've got pine nuts, we've got these spicy greens. It has a nice peppery taste, kind of like an arugula would. And what we're gonna do is we are going to plate that across the top here, sprinkling the peas all over. and the pine nuts. Have some of the greens right on top. It makes for an excellent presentation. You know, just out of the bowl is delicious, but we eat with our eyes first. So I love this presentation of our asparagus and our green pea salad. And for the last touch, we've got a little fresh Parmesan that we're just gonna grate all over the top. And that is our asparagus and sweet pea salad with charred lemon vinaigrette. Please check us out in a couple of weeks when we are outside for our first live cooking demo at the Lincoln Square Farmers Market. Once again, I'm Lisa Counts from the Chopping Block. Thanks for watching.